Hey, have you ever considered hiring a running coach? It's not just for elite runners, but most people don't know how to find one, how to find the right one, or whether they even need one. Trying to find a personable best is a great goal, but it can be challenging without proper guidance. That's where a running coach can come in handy. I've been running for about 9 years now. I started in May of 2014, right after I graduated college. I started running with the Couch to 5K app, ran a 30:01 5K based off of that training, and then joined the local running group to train for a half marathon in November of that year. After that, I tried out a Runkeeper plan, a Hal Higdon half marathon plan, a Pete Fitzinger half plan, a Jack Daniels half plan, and then I just kind of gave up on canned plans altogether. I started working with a coach in the fall of 2019 in preparation for my first marathon, which was going to be the Houston Marathon in 2020. I've known my coach, Evan Schwartz, since 2016, and we even did a running podcast for a few years, so he was very familiar with my training already. I was familiar with his training philosophy and thought his approach of making steady, reasonable progress over a number of months and years would work well with my running experience. Since I started working with Evan, I've run 2 marathons, a 3:52 and a 3:26, and qualified for Boston. I've PR'd my half marathon a few times, going from 143 to a 136. And I've knocked off a couple of minutes off of my 5K too, going from a 22:08 to a 20:36. Most importantly, I've just gotten injured less. Like way less than I did before I was working with him, which is a huge factor in actually getting all of those huge PRs. So back to the point. Let's answer the question, who actually needs a running coach? I think that any runner who's focused on improving their performance in races could benefit from a running coach. But that's not really a helpful answer. The kinds of runners that can benefit most from a running coach are runners who don't have the time or inclination to learn about popular training methods and just want someone to tell them what to do. Runners who aren't getting consistent or expected results from the canned training plans they're trying. And runners who are either always injured or coming back from injury. So let's go to that first runner again. The one who just enjoys running but doesn't want to learn about how to optimize everything. The main reason that you hire a running coach is because they have the subject matter expertise that you don't have, which is how to build a running training plan that actually gets you the results you want. There's a lot of information about there, and speaking from experience, you can read about training theories and philosophies for years and still not really know how to put together a good running plan. It's really convenient to just kind of hand the responsibility off to someone who actually knows what they're doing and just let them do all the work. I wake up on Mondays and my training is already scheduled in Final Surge for me. The second kind of runner, the one who just isn't getting what they're hoping to get out of those canned training plans, those are the ones that I think can benefit from jumping to that next level with a coach. So I own a lot of running books. I've used a lot of the training plans from them. Only once have I really had huge success from the book training plan, and that was that 143 half. Every other time, I've gotten injured or burned out before I could actually even get to the starting line of the race. And the one time it did work for me, I got injured in the last mile of the race, and that started that huge injury cycle that I had been coming back from for years since then. After so many times of not getting what I wanted out of those training plans, I just decided they weren't for me. If you're in a similar position, either you're not able to complete the training plans or you're not seeing your race times reflect the work that you're putting in the training block, a running coach might be the right choice for you. We all know one runner who's either always injured or always coming back from injury. If you don't know one, you might be one. I definitely was for years. I'd start a training cycle, build my mileage up, have a few good weeks of workouts and long runs, and then something would go wrong. There's a lot of reasons why runners get into these injury cycles, but one of them is TMTS, too much too soon. They're either trying to pile on the mileage too quickly, add in workouts too soon after building the mileage, or just run mileage that their body isn't ready for. The root of all of those problems is stress management. A running coach is perfect for these kinds of athletes because having an objective third party tell you what an appropriate amount of mileage per week is keeps you from being a danger to yourself. As runners, we tend to overestimate the amount of training stress that our bodies can handle, especially when we're newer to training. I tried to run 45 miles a week with workouts after just a year of really consistent running, and of course, I ended up injured. After many more years, I'm at the point where I can comfortably do 45 to 50 miles a week with workouts, and can get to 55 to 60 during marathon training blocks. It's all a long-term gain, but I never would have been able to lay the groundwork without a coach to just tell me no. And as an aside, I don't want to pretend like a running coach alone solved all of my injury issues. Evan's training took the stress management part of running out of the equation for getting injured, but I also worked extensively with a PT for years to get my body strong enough to actually handle the mileage I'm at right now. Both my coach and my PT helped get me where I am now, and working with them both together has produced far more results than working with either one of them individually might have. All right. So you've decided that you do want to try out a running coach. How do you do that? There are a few ways. First, you need to decide if you want a coach who's local to you or if you're in the market for a remote coach. If you feel like it's important for your coach to watch you run, or just feel more comfortable being able to meet with your coach in person, a local coach is probably the best option for you. For a local coach, your best bet to find one is to ask members of local running groups. In my area, there are 2 different coaches who work out with their athletes in addition to writing the training plans for them. Asking members of local running groups who their coaches are is a surefire way to get good information about how the coach operates, whether the athletes are happy with the results, and what to expect before you reach out to a coach. If you don't feel like you need a coach who's local, your options are nearly limitless, which can kind of be its own problem. A web search is going to be the best place to start. Searching for the distance of the race that you want to train for plus running coach can be a good place to start. Many of the professional running group coaches and athletes offer coaching services to amateur runners, like Steph and Ben Bruce of NAZ Elite. Training Peaks, a popular online software for training plan scheduling and coaching, they have a coach matching service that can pair you with the right coach for you who's already registered with Training Peaks, and, however much you want to trust Training Peaks to actually find that coach and match you with the right one, that's the gamble you're taking. Stride, the running power meter company, who I use, they also have a coaching directory focused on coaches who do know how to incorporate running power into their training plans. Although not being a Stride user doesn't mean that they can't coach you. Just like when you're looking for an in-person coach, asking local runners or people at running stores, or even asking in social media groups can help you find the right coach. So now you've found a running coach that you do want to talk to. How do you know if they're right for you? It's important to ask questions to make sure that they are the right fit for you. Ask about their coaching approach, experience, and qualifications. Just because a fast runner is fast doesn't mean that they're going to be a good coach, but it can indicate that they're familiar with common training approaches and philosophies. Some good questions to ask a coach before you agree to work with them include, how many weeks at a time do you typically plan? How often will we communicate during training? And what methods will we use? Was it going to be email, text, phone, or even video calls? Are you comfortable making adjustments to a plan if I'm starting to feel like an injury is coming on, or if situations outside my control pop up and I can't complete runs as planned? How many athletes with goals similar to mine have you coached? These questions will help you get an idea if the communication style and flexibility of the coach is going to work for you. Additionally, if the coach has experience with helping athletes hit goals like yours, you can feel more comfortable knowing that they're going to be able to match your workload to your capabilities. The flip side is that you should also be looking for coaches to ask you questions. Some of those possible questions would be, why did you decide to look for a running coach? How long have you been running, and what does your training currently look like? Which kinds of plans have you tried before, and what did you like about them, and maybe what did you not like about them? Are there any specific areas of training that you feel like you need more attention in than others? What are your PRs and how recent are they? And what do you hope to achieve with a running coach? A coach who asks these questions should be able to use your answers to understand what your running background is, what your current level of fitness is, what your goals are, and what their training may need to focus on to help you achieve those goals. I think that a running coach can be beneficial for runners of all levels. If you're not meeting your running goals, you're struggling with injuries, or you're just interested in improving your performance in races, a coach can help you fix that. To find a coach, ask for recommendations, search online, and ask questions to make sure that they're a good fit for you. Thanks for watching and happy running!